Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Do News. I'm the host, the King of Do, and hopefully you guys can hear me all right. I don't live stream often while I'm driving, but I felt compelled to reach out to you guys today because most of you are losing your minds, and I'm not. In fact, I slept better than I've slept in a long time. I also am posting losses like I've never seen before. It's pretty amazing, but I don't care. Buy the dip, guys. I know it's a little hard, but I'm gonna give you guys a little insight as to why I feel the way I do, and it's something that people preach about and talk about a lot, and that's just, I invested what I was willing to lose this entire time. And I've been doing that consistently for a very long time. Only what I'm willing to lose. It's not the only thing I'm invested in. In fact, you can ask my any of my friends, people that know me. I've actually been quite conservative and still have done quite well, both in the markets and in my personal life this last year. Because I've been around long enough to know what to do, I guess, in that regard. The writing was on the wall a little bit, but, you know, this is just a normal pullback. You guys have seen all the charts. This happens every January. The Chinese like to go on their vacations. They pull out all their money, right? There's a lot of people in America pulling out their money in a panic as well, because some people owe taxes, so they're taking out money for that. And then you just have more noobs than ever before. You know, when the market started ramping up, going up hundreds of billions of dollars at a time, I kept on telling my friends, I said, guys, the volatility is only going to get worse. We're going to have these days where you wake up and the entire market's down 50%, and here we are doing that today. And it's not a big deal. It's a big deal to some of you that you're new to investing. Maybe you made some mistakes and you went all in on some things that you shouldn't have. Maybe you didn't diversify very well. If you're diversified well, you don't even care that the market's back down, okay? Now's the best time. I can tell you what, guys, the best time during the year, every year, is when the markets pull back to this ridiculous low where you can just take some time off. Go do a hobby for a while, because you're actually gonna enjoy your real life. Forget about your blockfolio and come back, and all of a sudden everything's fine again, and you're like, wow, that was different. That was a learning experience. Hopefully you guys are quick learners and you guys get this the first time, not the second, not the third. Hopefully this is the first time. But let's talk about the real deal, all right? Let's talk about what potentially is going on out there. You guys hear about BitConnect. Everyone knows, has always known, it's a scam. But gosh, it was a tempting scam, wasn't it? I often joke to my buddy, I said, how long do you think this scam could go? Because if we could just do it for just a year, that's a ridiculous return on your investment. Oh man. So if you don't know, BitConnect, top 20 coin, basically has been wrecked. I think that it's definitely helping drag down the Bitcoin. So I'll give you a conspiracy theory a little bit, all right? Just because those are fun, and I often like to try to figure out what's going on in the markets. So my mind came up with this when I woke up this morning. So I was asking myself, okay, so people have been buying a lot of Bitcoin to shove into this BitConnect thing, etc., etc. That, I don't think enough of that was happening all at once to drive up the price of Bitcoin. So I don't think that that's the case. However, I do believe that those that were making a killing, the whales of the BitConnect, I want to believe that they are assisting in this dump. Okay? So markets have a certain amount of liquidity. People who have hundreds of millions and billions of dollars can manipulate the markets. I think a little bit of that might be going on, but I also just think that there's a ton of people out there that are just like, you know what? I've been killing on this BitConnect thing for the last 2 to 3 years. I'm just going to cash out. And they're just placing market orders, absolutely annihilating every wall. So, long shot, probably not true, but just something I was thinking about. Besides that, thank the Lord, thank the Maker that BitConnect is gone. It's finally gone. We all knew that it was going to be a disaster. We all knew that we were going to have to deal with it someday. That it's going to be a scar, a deep, deep scar. It's going to take years and years to shake it, guys. And it's just starting. It's just starting, right? The real investigations, potential court trials, people going to jail, right? How many people right now do you think are reaching out to lawyers right now, right? Figuring out what they can do to sue because they were dumb enough to sign up for the thing. And I'm sorry if you signed up. I apologize if, you know, there's some people actually really hurting out there, but they should have never invested what they were willing to lose. You know, greed is a very dangerous double-edged sword. So anyhow, so we're just getting started on this whole BitConnect scandal. The news will come out. You know, anyone that wants to get into cryptocurrency, what do you think they're going to see on the front page of Reddit for the next 3 months, guys? And then again and again and again, potentially for years, because it's an epic moment, and it's a big deal. And at the same time, it's also kind of exciting and fun to see people kind of get what they deserve. And not often in life do you just know someone's doing something evil, something wrong, and then finally they're getting what they deserve. And I tell you what, it still could take years in court. Our court systems in America are so messed up. But, you know, there's a lot of debate about whether or not they even are located in America, so I actually don't know who has any type of jurisdiction on them. So for all you know, they get away with it. Like, I don't know what country they're in or who they are. I mean, gosh. What a mess. What a mess, guys. So, anyhow, wish I could live chat with you right now, but of course I'm just driving. And I'll be getting to work here just shortly, but trying to read what you guys are saying while I'm driving, but it just seems like people agree that BitConnect was going to crash anyways. We all knew it. But, you know, it's a bad rap on every single crypto, right? Now, all of a sudden, everyone's going to just be like, well, crypto's a scam. You know, Ethereum's a scam. Like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. But that is exactly going to be the sentiment around this entire market for a long time. It's going to take some time to shake it. You know? So what's going to change? What's going to change the sentiment, right? What's going to change that? Well, luckily, we're on the precipice of what's going to change that, guys. And that is an actual live, working, decentralized applications that people can use, that people can interact with, that actually improve their lives. We're getting there, okay? Those things are in development. It's too bad we don't have something launching today to help counter the skeptics. But, you know, I could care less, I guess, about the skeptics, because let's be real. There are just so many people that will never understand the technology because they don't take the time to learn. You know, this isn't for everybody, you know? Most of the people I know, they spend their free time going outdoors and going on hikes, and that's awesome. I actually think that's awesome. I mean, that's what makes them happy. That's what they like to do, you know? And this kind of stuff bores the hell out of them. And for me, I'm the complete opposite. I'd rather be dead than go on a hike. I would much rather sit down and maybe read a white paper, learn about some new technology that could potentially change my life, change the world, and also provide opportunities for me to invest and help change my family's life. And that's just me. No offense if you're not like that. I'm just saying that that's who I am. And what I'm saying is that there's going to be a ton of people that just never get into this stuff. So I don't really care what they think. And you shouldn't care, right? But now is a good challenging time, right? We're going to look back at this because this happens every January. It's called the January dip. Everyone that's in the crypto space knows this, but this one is epic. This one is really big. At the same time, I saw a great post on Reddit, and it was basically like, hey, don't forget that the market cap is what it is 23 days ago. 23 days, 3 weeks. 3 weeks in your entire life. So we lost everything we gained in the last 3 weeks. Whoop-de-doo. Luckily, most of us and most of you watching this channel, because this channel's been around for a little while longer than 3 weeks, most of you guys, you're doing just fine. And you don't really care, which is good. It's good. Anyhow, as far as market update goes, I want to make sure you guys know, I haven't done a technical analysis in a couple weeks, but when I looked last, we broke that that support. We broke the support somewhere in the 11,000 range, and just to be really clear with you guys, the next support level is around $8,800. It could have gone up to $9,000 by now. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked, but that's about the range. That's about the bottom to where we're going to be testing that next support line. We're going to be looking at if it were to go to below that, that'd be a pretty epic moment if we were to go below that, to be honest, because we'd be starting to look at a kind of a change in the really, really long trend line. So if when you're doing charting, don't get caught up in the day-to-day. Zoom all the way out. In fact, if you're throwing up today, go pull up Bitcoin. Go look at the last 4 years, right? Go zoom all the way out, and you'll feel better. You're gonna feel all right. You're gonna be like, you know what? This is no big deal. Many crashes, and here's the thing. Some of you guys haven't even been around long enough to know that it's like, we call this the January dip, but then there's the summer lull. That's a real thing. You'll get to experience this summer. There's just something about people not wanting to sit down and buy things online in the summertime. They'd rather go to the beach. When school starts back up, right? You saw school start back up, and we went on a tear. We went on something you've never seen before, all the way through Thanksgiving, all the way through Christmas and the end of the year. And we had a little pullback at the end of the year, mostly for tax reasons, I'm assuming, or something like that. And then, of course, we started pumping again in January. And here we are, halfway through January, and having our regular dip. And it's not a big deal. The losses that you've seen today, I've seen days with gains that big. So, anyhow, I'm pulling up to work here soon, guys, and I just want to remind you guys to only invest what you're willing to lose. I don't know where this market's going right now. I've never seen any type of movement like this, but that's just because of the amount of people. The volatility is much higher now. When the average person, the new person, gets scared, and there's that many new people, they definitely have the capabilities to move the markets unlike ever before. And the whales have more people to manipulate with the order books, trying to convince people that they're selling off, when really they're just pushing the price down. And this is normal tactics, and it's nothing to be scared of. And so, yeah, if anything, now's a great time to maybe sell something you own that you've been trying to get rid of and lower your position. All right. And that's only if you believe in it. Please, guys, do your homework, do your research. Don't invest in something that has a website and that's it. Just don't do that. Okay? Find a project you believe in. Find a project that's real. And enjoy the show. Anyone that's thinking about selling and buying back right now, I'm just going to tell you, a little too late. If you wanted that opportunity, you should have done your homework. You should have, if you're doing technical analysis, you wouldn't be doing that right now because we're too close to the bottom, and you cannot time the bottom here, guys. You will not be able to time it. It's likely to happen so fast it'll blow your mind when we test it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it, guys. The first test will be a bounce for sure. So it's going to be funny when everyone's like, oh, we're heading back up. But we'll probably test it a couple times, once or twice, before we head back up. So anyhow, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. And I got to get to work. So with that, as always, I am the King of Do, and may the Force be with you.